All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless me here, talking real music in real time for a few real people out there just like you and just like me. Probably one of the better albums for summer 2023, Mitch Malloy. The last song promises to be his last album, which is kind of sad, featuring the hit single One of a Kind. Whoops, I wanted to get a picture or two of the ageless Mitch Malloy in his 60s, okay? Yeah. No, I'm serious. He's in his 60s. I don't know. It's just good living, good genes. So anyway, the last song, and you can hear music from that album over on Modern Retro Radio. That's modernretrofm.com, where they play music that other stations just don't have the courage to play. Now, not necessarily a breaking news story, but maybe. So Mick Fleetwood is organizing a benefit concert for the Maui fire victims. He's doing what he can to help the victims of the fires, and that includes using his musical connections to put together a benefit concert to raise money and awareness of the devastation in the area. This is what he says. I've already got a lovely, this is weird, a lovely sort of catalog of people that are concerned. So he's got a catalog of people. He says, I will remain mute on who they are, but I will either become part of something. In other words, he may participate, or he may just be raising awareness and putting something together. He says, which I know can be done. He adds, all of this is unfolding and is something I feel I can be a part of or really be spearheading, noting, and it's not now, but music heals, and music does its version of what I'm doing now. So he's being a little coy here. He doesn't know exactly right now what he's doing. But the question is, will he be trying to get a Fleetwood Mac reunion? Is he going to try to get Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham together? Because that would raise some money. That would definitely raise some money. And it would be a worthy enough cause to get the band back together again. Of course, without Christine McVie, unfortunately. But Mick Fleetwood owns a restaurant there called Fleetwood's on Front Street. The restaurant itself was completely destroyed by the fire. And so I'm thinking that would be the first phone call I would make. Besides, Stevie Nicks, I think she wrote a letter or a poem or something about this. One of my patrons said it was kind of insensitive because it really didn't talk about the victims. It spoke of how Maui was Fleetwood Mac's island or something to that effect. I don't know, people. That's Stevie Nicks, though, for you. I mean, maybe a little tone deaf, for the moment. But she always kinds of injects herself, her personality, her poetry, her ideas into a current event. You really haven't heard about the event until Stevie Nicks talks about it. But I'm thinking this would be a great opportunity to get what's left of the band back together again. You've got $5.5 billion with a B to raise. I think the government has promised something like $2 million. $2 million. I think Glenn Beck's organization, Mercury One, is raising a lot of money. In fact, he may be sending more money than the federal government to Maui, whereas the federal government is sending a lot of money to Ukraine instead. So, sorry, here he goes again. He's always got to be political. Anyway, everything is political. The government should be sending money to the island. They should be sending a lot more money to the island than to Ukraine. In any event, we'll have to see who's on the list, right? Could be pretty exciting, but it could be non-Fleetwood Mac personnel. Look, Mick Fleetwood knows everybody. So if he made a few phone calls, I'm sure it's going to be a great concert. It would be really cool, though. Lindsey and Stevie, again, in concert together. Here's Mitch Malloy one more time. This is called The Last Song. It's a great album. I think you should check it out. And it's courtesy of Mitch Malloy. Independent release. And I think that's probably the best way to go these days. I do like a few record labels out there. They're still chugging away, but it's a dying breed. It's a dying sport, and you have to do what you can. If you don't have a lot of money to produce an album, and then the record label is not sending you in advance, then you make the album yourself. And that's what Mitch Malloy did. So there you have it. Mick Fleetwood and Maui and Fleetwood Mac. It could happen. It could happen. Stay tuned.